My dear 4th grade children, good morning to all. How are you, ma? I hope that you are stayed safe. So warm greetings to all. Okay, ma? Okay, children. Last class we learnt. Now we revised the lesson. Last class we revised the second lesson. Am I right? Okay, first lesson. What's the title of the first lesson? Same, yeah, types and elements of maps. That lesson already in the last class, previous class we revised it. Then second lesson, the major geographical forms. That also we revise. So today, second lesson we revised, but book exercise that choose the correct answer. Something today I will continue this. Okay. Did you study well, ma? Okay, I hope that you are study well. Okay, copy it everything. Okay, fine. Now all of you take your social book and booklet and one pencil also. Okay, ma. Now you take the social book, the page number 21. Okay, fine, ma. Now listen here, page number 21. The book exercise, second lesson book exercise, fill in the blanks and write true or false, match the following. That's we in the last class we revise it, but please choose the correct answer. Some question is incomplete on that day, so I will continue that portion first of all. Next we will see the next lesson. Today we will revise the third lesson. Our test portion only 3 lessons. First 3 lessons, that is types and elements of maps, and second lesson. What's the title of the second lesson? Major geographical forms. And next lesson, physical geography of India. So today third lesson also we will revise it. Okay. So first of all we continue that second lesson book exercise page number 21 last. Okay, ma. Now open your book. Okay, now take it. In this lesson, question answer already in the last class we revise it. So book exercise also revise it, other A to C completed. The remaining D part, some incomplete portion is there. So today I take it. Okay, again I recall that choose the correct answer. First of all, now I am ready to that. You also follow me, study well, care to listen. Okay, ma? Now listen here. Smaller areas of water than oceans. Smaller than oceans, that is what, ma? Seas. Second, raised line of water moving across an ocean. Moving across an ocean. What's that, ma? Raised line of water moving across an ocean, that is wave. Okay, then third one, where land meets the sea. Yes, this land part meets the sea is the coasts. Okay, coastal area. Okay, this land part meet the sea, that is a coast. Then mountain tip is called peak. Mountain tip is called peak. Then fifth one, the beginning of river. Yes, the beginning of the starting point of the river, that is called source. The beginning of a river, that is called source. Then sixth one, the end of the river journey. This end of this river journey, that is what, ma? Mouth. Okay, so the beginning of river journey is called source. At the same time, the end of the river journey is mouth. Okay, so starting point is called source and the end of river journey is called mouth. Then hills of land. sorry, hills of sand, that is dunes, sand dunes. Sand dunes is also sees like, we see that it is also hills like, isn't it? So hills of land, hills of sand dunes. Then group of islands in the sea. Yes, group of islands are called archipelago. Archipelago. Okay, archipelago spelling ARCHIPELAGO. Okay, then land that is surrounded on three sides by seas, peninsula. A land that is surrounded on three sides by sea. A land part is surrounded three sides by sea is called peninsula. Okay, ma? So these are the second lesson, some incomplete portions. Okay, ma? Choose the correct answer. It is very easy only. So 1 or 2 times you read means you can easy to understand. Okay, ma? Okay, fine. Now we will see that today third lesson, because third lesson is also your exam portion, test portion. So study that. First of all, what you take means, now all of you open your social book, page number 23. Okay, ma? Okay, fine. What's the title of this lesson? Physical Geography of India. Isn't it? Okay. Now all of you take your social booklet also. This third lesson, now open it. Okay? Okay. First of all, now listen here. From this lesson we studied that northern mountains and hills of northern east. Isn't it? Okay. Okay, ma, now listen here. First of all, we see that answer the following question in your booklet also. Write 2 or 3 sentences to explain natural vegetation. Write 2 or 3 points to explain natural vegetation. Okay? Okay, now see your booklet. First question, now see your booklet. In each natural regions, there are certain trees and plants that grow naturally, that are not planted by people. These are called natural vegetation. Okay, ma? Can you understand? Yeah, we already planned, and now today I revised the lesson only. So, first of all, write 3 sentences to explain natural vegetation. What's natural vegetation? This vegetation planted by natural, not by people. Planted by natural only, not by people. According to the climatic condition, the plant seeds grow well. Okay, this is called natural vegetation. How it depends on the kind of plant, the kind of weather, as well as the height of the land also. Okay, it depends on the kind of plant, the kind of weather, as well as the height of the land. Can you understand more? This, what is natural vegetation? Okay. Okay. Can you clear it? Okay. Then second question, what are the 3 divisions of Himalayas? What are the 3 divisions of Himalayas? Thus we know Himadri, the Himachal, the Shivalik. The Himadri, the Himachal, the Shivalik. Himadri spelling same, yes, spelling also you studying time, you study the spell also. Okay, ma? Okay, what is the Himadri? Himadra, the Himadri. These are the ranges of the Himalayas. First one is the Himadri, then Himachal, 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 and Shivalik. Shivalik spelling Shivalik. Okay, these are the 3 important ranges of the Himalayas. Can you clear it, ma? Then third one, name the 3 ways in which the Himalayas are useful. Yes, Himalayas are very important for. Name the 3 ways. Any 3 ways. The Himalayas, first point I am reading now. The Himalayas protect India from cold winds. The Himalayas protect India from cold winds. Yes, this northern side of this northern sides, from the northern sides it is very the Himalayas surrounded. It protect India from cold winds. Okay. Then second point, the Himalayas form a huge wall along the northern border of India. Yeah, how it is protect India from cold wind means the Himalayas form a huge wall along the northern border of India. Okay, it is a huge wall. It protect India from cold winds. Okay, then third, the Himalayas help rain to fall on Indian subcontinent. The Himalayas help rain to fall on Indian subcontinent. So it is very help to rain to fall mainly in the Indian subcontinent. Subcontinent means our neighboring countries, that is Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh. Okay, the Himalayas, it is very important for us. Okay, then next fourth question, Seema. Write 4 sentences to describe the northern plains. We already will learned. Where is northern plains? This northern plains located, where it is located, northern plains located the south of the Himalayas. We know where is Himalayas. Himalayas is the northern border of India. Okay, it is lies in the northern side, isn't it? Then Himalayas, southern part of Himalayas, that is a northern plains. Okay, so write 4 points means 3 or 4 sentences means how do you say that? First of all, the northern plains are located in the south of the Himalayas. Okay, ma? Northern plains are located in the south of the Himalayas. Then it is a large flat regions. Yes, it is very. This northern plains means it is very large flat regions only. Many huge rivers flow through these northern plains. So it is very fertile. We study that, isn't it? Okay. Many huge rivers flow through these northern plains. So these plains are very fertile. Foods are grown very well in these northern plains. These are some important points. Can you clear it? Okay, ma'am. Then next question. That is question number 5th one. Which are the hill ranges that surround the southern plateau? Okay, southern plateau. Which are the 3 hill ranges that surround the southern plateau? What are the 3 hill regions? Yes. First of all, what is plateau? Do you know? Plateau means what? That is we learned it, isn't it? Plateau means, can you say? Can you remember that, ma? What is plateau? We studied that Deccan Plateau. Okay. Okay, plateau means what? A stretch of low flat land. It is a large stretch of high land that is flat on top. It's called a plateau. Plain means it is the ground level only, flat land only. But plateau means a large stretch of high land that is flat on top is called a plateau. It is also often called tableland because it is high and flat like a table. Okay, so now in your questions, what's this question? Read the question now. 5th one. Which are the hill ranges that surrounded the southern plateau? Southern plateaus surrounded by which are the hills ranges? That is the Vindhya and Satpura ranges in the north, the western Ghats in the west, and the eastern Ghats in the east, or the hill ranges that surround the southern plateau. Very easy only. In the northern side, Deccan Plateau at the northern side, Vindhya and Satpura ranges, and the eastern side, East Ghats, and western Ghats are lies in the western side. Okay, so 3 places it is surrounded by hills. Okay, this is the answer for 5th question. Okay, that is which are the hill ranges that surround the southern plateau. Okay, the next question. How are useful, how are coral islands formed? Okay, ma? How are coral islands formed? We already learned that coral islands, how it is formed. Shall we see that now? Yes. Now see your booklet, the first sentence. Now I am reading. Listen here. These coral islands are formed when hard skeleton of millions of tiny sea animals that pile up over thousands of years until they rise above sea level. The action of the wind and waves break down the coral into sand. What's that answer? Shall we read it? Shall we say that? No. We already learned. Now revise. Now listen here. These coral islands are formed. How it is formed? The hard skeleton of millions of tiny sea animals. Yes, this skeleton, this animal skeleton is very hard only. That's we know, isn't it? This hard skeleton of millions of tiny sea animals that pile up over thousands of years. Particularly one place that animals, all the animals buried and settled in a particular place over thousands of years. Until what happened? Until buried, one animal is buried above another. So buried in particular place, all maximum number of animals buried. So in thousands of years after, what happened? They rise above sea level. They rise. It is a huge light. Then this action of the wind and waves breaks down and this coral into sand, isn't it? The action of it is like it kills like it. Okay, then the action of the wind and these waves from the sea or oceans and it breaks down this coral into sand. Can you clear it, Bob? So your question is, how are corals island formed? How these coral animals formed? That is this buried of the sea animal, especially sea animals. Skeleton of millions of tiny sea animals that pile up. Pile up means in one particular place, these all the animals buried one by one above other, and it form a hills like. After this climatic condition, these waves and also next what, the action of the wind and waves and climatic condition, this coral changes into sand. Can you clear it? Okay, this way coral islands are formed. Okay, then seventh question. Now see that, why do the Andaman and Nicobar Islands have thick forest? Yes, this, why this Andaman and Nicobar Islands have thick forest? This answer, now see that, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a string of over 500 islands. It rains a lot in these very hot islands. The heavy rains are goods for plants, so these islands have thick forest. Okay, here what happened means, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands means a string of over 550 islands, group of islands. That is 550 islands string, joint. String means they are joint. Okay, it rains a lot. These Andaman and Nicobar Islands gets a rains very lot, but it is very hot islands only. But it rains a lot in these very hot islands. This island gets very large amount of rains. The heavy rains are good for plants. That's we know. If the plants grow well means it need water facilities need. So these heavy rains are good for plants. So these islands have thick forest. So these islands have very thick forest. Can you clear it more? So this Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a string over 550 islands. Okay. Yes. Now we see that next question. That is 8th one. This is the last questions only. Name two ways in which rivers are useful. Yes, as we know, rivers are very useful to us for our life. Yes, humans uses rivers for irrigation and in agriculture. Mainly our agriculture we use the rivers. Rivers used to produce electricity also because it is flowing very fast, no? So we use it to produce electricity. Electricity is also very important for us. So these rivers are useful to us, not for these two uses only. More uses are there, but we need to study only two uses of rivers only. So only I given these humans uses rivers for irrigation in agriculture. Okay, then rivers use the produce electricity. Rivers used to produce electricity. Can you clear it, ma? These two questions. Okay, now all of you study well. Okay, now listen here, ma. Some important points I am telling. Now you noted that in your book also. Okay, that is page number. That is page number. Now listen here, ma. For book pages, you all of you take now. This page number 30. Am I correct? Page number 30. Now open it. That is, first of all, we will see that book exercise. Okay, ma. Okay. Now listen here. First of all, we see that match the following. That is evergreen forest. What's the answer? That is a B. Heavy rainfall, forest remain green. Evergreen rainforest means answer is have rainfall. Heavy rainfall, forest remain green. Evergreen means that places have heavy rainfall, so forest remain green. Second, deciduous forest. What is a deciduous forest? That is not that much rain. Trees shed their leaves every year. That place have not that much rain and trees shed their leaves every year. Okay, then next is scrub vegetation. There are places dwarf deciduous trees and grasses. These scrub vegetation places have drier places. Small dwarf means very short, deciduous trees and grasses. At the same time, what is desert vegetation? Desert plants with long roots and thick stems. Okay, for that adaptation of a desert condition. Have desert plants with long root to absorb water and thick stems to storage of water. For why these stems are very thick? Because storage of water. Okay, then next fifth one, mangrove forest. Fifth one, what's that answer? That is mangrove forest. We can see that host trees with roots seen above the ground. Can you clear it? You read it? Okay, now this mangrove forest, that is it lies in the coast. Coastal place means that we know this land part meet the sea. That is a coastal areas. So the mangrove forest we can see in the coastal host trees with the roots seen above the ground because it's rain, more water facilities. Okay, so the roots are grown above the ground. But in desert areas, the roots are going very deep inside. Desert plants with long roots. Okay, then sixth one, mountain vegetation. What is mountain vegetation, ma? Now see the answer. Hills and mountains, bamboos, conifers and grass. Okay, this mountain vegetation is hills and mountains, bamboo, conifers and grass. That is a mountains vegetation. Then next we can see that true or false. No, Seema. Otherwise this is complete the sentences in your notebook. The hills of the northeast are covered with What's that answer? The northeast are covered with forest. Complete the sentence. The hills of the northeast are covered with forest. Three plateaus in plateau regions, that is Chota Nagpur Plateau, Deccan Plateau and Malwa Plateau. Three plateaus in the plateau regions, that is very important. Chota Nagpur Plateau, Deccan Plateau, Malwa Plateau. And the two archipelago of India are, that is group of islands, that is Andaman and Nicobar. These Andaman and Nicobar islands have 500 small string of islands, isn't it? Then Lakshadweep Island has 36 small islands. And fourth one, perennial rivers, that rivers fed by glacier. Yes, perennial rivers means that rivers flow year after year, not at all dry in any season. Okay, these perennial rivers that are fed by glaciers. Okay, then non-perennial rivers are rivers that are fed by rain. It is expecting the rain. That is non-perennial rivers. Non-perennial rivers means that rainy seasons only it's have more water. Summer seasons means mostly dry in condition. Okay. So these rivers are fed by rain. Okay, ma? Okay. Then now see that true or false. The highest mountains are cold and snow covered, but crops can be grown here. Then what's that? Now I read it one time also. Now see that the highest mountains are cold and snow covered, but crops can be grown here. That is false. Highest mountains are very cold and snow covered means there is no plant life. Plants are not at all grown. Okay, but here crops can be grown here telling. So it is, this statement is a false statement. Second one, the desert region gets very little rainfall year after year. That is true. This desert regions gets very little rain. Sometimes only it will get rain year after year. Okay, so it is also true. The third statement, the plateau region is not the same all over. Yes, the plateau region is same for all the places. No, it's not the same for all over. That is also true. It is different. The plateau region is Deccan Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, different types of plateaus. Then fourth one, the eastern coastal plain is narrower than the western coastal plain. The eastern coastal plain is narrow than the western coastal plain. That is a false statement. And fifth one, the island regions are both in the Arabian Sea. That is also false. These island regions are both in Arabian Sea. That is false. Okay. So, this lesson 3 lesson revise. But next we will have one class. At that time we will see both 3 lessons. Very important points I will tell. Okay. So study well. So those who are not completed the notes means you completed. And first of all you study the book exercise and try to study the big questions also. Don't leave it any questions. Okay, ma? This next week 16th is your exam will started, and social exams the last exam only. Okay, that is correct. Okay, study well. Don't leave it. Okay, fine, ma? Okay, we will see that next class. Goodbye.